Manchester United's latest signing packs of punch.Chris Eubank Jr. dropped in on Jose Mourinho's squad at Carrington and received a personalised shirt after taking them inside his training camp. The super-middleweight star posed for pictures with the United players on a chilly February morning at their training base. Nemanja Matic and Alexis Sanchez were among the number to spend time with Eubank Jr. before their session began, and he cut a relaxed figure in a black hoodie at the thei training complex. United were returning the favor after Eubank took a number of players inside his training camp ahead of his title showdown with George Groves on Saturday. The 28-year-old fighter addressed Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Chris Smalling and Angel Gomez, talking them through a number of drills. He spoke about the importance of shadow boxing and explained that the uppercut is his favorite shot as it's so difficult to defend. Eubank Jr. also told them, "Footwork, just like in football, is one of the most important aspects of the sport in my opinion. Guys that are flat-footed, they're easy, you just pick them off, you just light them up. That's how you get hurt. The guys that can move, that are fast on their feet, they can get out of the way. Hit and don't get hit, that's what boxing is all about. I practice my defense just as much as my offense, because I want to stay pretty, I don't want to get hit." He then turned coach and talked Smalling through the technique of throwing a punch on the heavy bag. Jesse Lingard even had a go on the pads and felt the full force of the Eubank Jr. uppercut, to the amusement of his teammates who fell about laughing behind him. No doubt the 28-year-old now has a few more supporters ahead of his semi-final in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. Rashford took a lot out of the visit and said, "It was a really enjoyable experience, and it's interesting to see sport from a different perspective to football. I think a lot of the things are all linked, things like mentality and determination, it's the same in all sports. To see it up close in this training session has been fun. It's also good to be able to invite him to training, and he'll see the aspects that link into his sport. I think it will be interesting, and it's always nice to welcome guests like him to training. I can't wait for the fight. I think he'll win. It is an exciting night." In his more familiar surroundings of the squared circle, Eubank Jr. looked far more at home than the frigid turf at Carrington, and he is bullishly confident 3 days out from his biggest fight to date. United visit Huddersfield in the FA Cup on Saturday, and having watched Mourinho's side train, Eubank Jr. predicted knockout victories for both himself and the Old Trafford club. He said, "This is my first time watching a professional football training session. Incredible to see their dedication and focus even in the snow and freezing wind today. I know I will win on Saturday, and I predict United will knock Huddersfield out as well. A double knockout, but mine won't take anywhere near 90 minutes, that's for sure. Forget football, rugby is where Eubank Jr. got caught. The only time I've ever been knocked out in my entire life was in a rugby game, when I was about 13. He told ESPN. The opposing winger has the ball in his hand, and he's running full speed at me. I go down to tackle him, and he jumps up and his knee hits my temple. That switched me off for about half a second, so I've gone out and hit the ground. I didn't even feel myself hit the ground. I woke back up about a second later, and I'm looking around and everyone's clapping. A great tackle, Chris is, so I had actually tackled him while I was out. I got up and one of my eyes was all fuzzy, so even that, a guy flying me in the temple, I was only out for a second, and by then I had got back up after a second, got back up on my feet and running around on the pitch again. I had a hell of a headache the next day. For details on how to watch the fight, go to it box office.